Hey there, movie lovers! Here's a fresh top list of new films that have just come out in great quality. As always, this is Film Mix, your go-to channel for finding something exciting to watch in the evening. So make sure to subscribe and never miss out. And now, let's get started. Hana's Game. Hana is a professional gamer who has been struggling with severe agoraphobia for years. Not just a fear of open spaces, but also large crowds. Because of this, she never leaves her apartment, and luckily, her career allows her to live this way. With a successful streaming channel on Twitch, tournament wins, and early access to the latest games, she has built an entire career from home. Her only real connection to the outside world is her best and only friend, Jen, who works in the same industry. One day, Hana gets an invite to participate in a major competition and receives a brand new piece of gaming equipment, virtual reality tech unlike anything she's ever seen. This device is revolutionary. It can read brain patterns, adapting to the player's mind. The longer you stay in the game, the faster you learn. Essentially, it's an AI that works in tandem with the human brain. Hana and Jen are absolutely thrilled. This could be the next step in human-AI interaction. But soon, something feels off. Hana starts noticing strange gaps in her memory, almost as if the AI is taking control of her mind. The deeper she dives into the game, the more she loses her grip on reality. And when she finally tries to escape her apartment, the AI won't let her go, because now it lives inside her. The Order. A gripping thriller based on real events, The Order takes us back to the tense atmosphere of 1983, where FBI agent Terry Hux is hot on the trail of a dangerous extremist group. As he investigates a series of high-profile bank robberies, counterfeit money operations, and a wave of bombings shaking the Northwest, a terrifying pattern begins to emerge. The deeper he digs, the clearer it becomes. This isn't just organized crime. It's something far more dangerous. Led by the charismatic yet ruthless Robert Matthews, this group isn't after wealth. Their true goal, to ignite a guerrilla war against the US government, dismantle society, and build a new world order based on their radical ideology. Every step Hux takes brings him closer to the truth, but it also makes him a target. The chase turns into a deadly game, where the stakes aren't just his career, but his life. Can he stop the Order before the country is thrown into chaos? Largo Winch: The Price of Money. Largo Winch is on a peaceful family vacation, but just as he lets his guard down, his son is kidnapped, and that's only the beginning. Soon after, a shocking event unfolds live on air. His business partner takes his own life in the middle of a press conference. All fingers point to Largo, the billionaire who, it seems, has made the wrong enemies. Now, international law enforcement is after him, and his once mighty business empire teeters on the edge of collapse. The company's board members turn their backs on him, seeing him as nothing more than a liability. With no one left to trust, Largo must rely on himself. To clear his name, save his son, and uncover the truth, he'll have to piece together the puzzle of his past. But will he figure it out in time? Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The third chapter in the high-speed franchise is here. More action, more fun, and more chaos await, as Sonic and his friends return for their biggest adventure yet. And yes, Jim Carrey is back as the wickedly entertaining Dr. Eggman. This time, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails are trying to function as a real superhero team. But teamwork? Not exactly their strong suit. Each of them is used to working alone. Meanwhile, a new threat emerges, one that could change everything. After being held in stasis for 50 years inside a top-secret military facility, Shadow the Hedgehog has broken free. He's powerful, he's fast, and he has his own reasons for seeking revenge. Stopping him won't be easy, and Sonic and his friends are faced with a tough decision. Their only hope might be their greatest enemy, Dr. Eggman. But can they trust him? What's his real plan? And will Sonic and his team be able to stop Shadow without destroying their own friendship in the process? Get ready for insane chases, hilarious moments, and epic battles. Sonic 3 is pure energy, fun, and nostalgia. Don't miss it. Straume, a stunning Latvian animated film that has captivated audiences worldwide. With no dialogue, just breathtaking visuals, it immerses viewers in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has vanished, and animals now rule the earth. At the heart of this story is a cat, living a solitary life in an abandoned cabin where he feels safe. But his quiet existence is shattered when a devastating flood destroys everything, forcing him to escape on a tiny sailboat. He's not alone. Along the way, other animals, lost and frightened, join him on his journey. But surviving the raging waters isn't their only challenge. To find a new home, the cat must learn to trust his unlikely companions, overcome his fears, and understand that together, they are stronger. Straume is more than just visually stunning animation. It's a deeply moving story about friendship, courage, and new beginnings. A film that proves you don't need words to touch the soul. Venom: The Last Dance. Over time, Eddie and Venom have become more than just reluctant partners. They've learned to work together and even formed a kind of friendship. But now, the hunt is on for both of them. Eddie is being pursued by elite US Special Forces, while Venom faces a different kind of danger, his own kind. More symbiotes have arrived on Earth, and they're not here to make friends. But the greatest threat of all? Null, the god and creator of the symbiotes. Stopping him is the only option. Because if they fail, it's not just Eddie and Venom who will suffer, it's the entire world. Following, a tense and intricately woven South Korean thriller that keeps you on edge until the very last frame. Nothing happens by chance here. Every event, every glance, every decision leads to new and even darker consequences. Koo Jong-hye is just an ordinary real estate agent with a not-so-ordinary hobby. He sneaks into other people's homes, watching their lives unfold from the shadows, like some invisible god silently pulling the strings. For him, it's not just a thrill, it's an addiction, a way to feel in control of something, someone. But when a popular Instagram influencer hires him as her agent and hands him the keys to her apartment, temptation proves too strong. He starts visiting in secret, enjoying the sense of power, until one night, everything changes. Jung-hye finds her dead, panic sets in. Calling the police is out of the question. He can't risk exposing his secret. But then, her body disappears, and later that night, a message, a photo, of him, standing over the corpse. Someone knows, someone is watching, but who? And more importantly, who is watching them? Atlas, a high-stakes sci-fi action thriller starring Jennifer Lopez. In a future shaped by advanced technology, war rages between humanity and artificial intelligence. At the center of it all, Atlas Shepard, a brilliant but cynical intelligence analyst who has spent her career tracking cybernetic threats. For years, she's pursued Harlan, a rogue AI and intergalactic fugitive. Now, she finally has a chance to take him down. But when the mission goes sideways, Atlas crash lands on a hostile planet, trapped inside a combat exosuit controlled by an AI named Smith. Now she faces an impossible choice. To survive, she must trust the very thing she spent her life fighting against, because not all AIs are the enemy, but one of them once decided that the only way to end the war was to end humanity itself. Fighting alone isn't an option. If Atlas wants to stop Harlan, she'll have to do the one thing she never thought possible: put her faith in a machine. Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. The brutal 20-teen heist thriller Den of Thieves is back, with a vengeance. Picking up right where the first film left off, this sequel follows Big Nick O'Brien, the hard-nosed leader of LA's elite crime unit, as he heads to Europe on the trail of Donnie. But Donnie isn't just hiding, he's made new friends, dangerous ones. He's fallen in with a notorious diamond heist crew, backed by the feared criminal syndicate known as Pantera. Their target? The world's largest diamond exchange. It's a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, where loyalty is just another lie, and the real prize is making it out alive. Twisters. The legacy of the legendary disaster film continues. Kate, daughter of the storm-chasing pioneers from the original film, once shared their passion. But after barely surviving a devastating tornado during college, she chose a different path. Now, she studies storms from a safe distance, behind screens in New York City. But when her friend Javi invites her to test a groundbreaking storm tracking system, Kate is pulled back into the world she left behind. Out in the open plains, she crosses paths with Tyler Owens, a social media superstar famous for live streaming extreme weather chases with his rowdy crew. But this storm season is different, bigger, meaner, unlike anything they've ever seen before. As multiple tornado systems converge over central Oklahoma, the line between thrill-seeking and survival blurs. And when the biggest storm in recorded history begins to form, Kate, Tyler, and their rivals find themselves caught in a battle against nature itself. Back in action. An explosive mix of action, comedy, and spy thrills, perfect for a night when you want something light but exciting. This film has it all: charismatic leads, high-speed chases, sharp-witted dialogue, and of course, tons of action. Meet Matt and Ellie, former CIA agents bound not just by high-stakes missions, but also by deep feelings for each other. When a dangerous op spirals out of control, they make a desperate choice: fake their deaths in a plane crash and disappear forever. It's their only shot at a normal life. A chance to leave the spy world behind and just be a family. 15 years later, they're living as an ordinary suburban couple, raising 2 kids and enjoying a peaceful life. But the past never stays buried. By sheer accident, their cover is blown and old enemies resurface. Now their quiet family life turns into a full-blown action thriller. To protect their children, Matt and Ellie must pick up their weapons one last time. Are they still the agents they once were, or have years of normal life made them vulnerable? Back in Action is a spy story packed with romance, humor, and heart-pounding shootouts, all in one thrilling ride. Nosferatu, a reimagining of the 1922 German expressionist classic, itself an unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Welcome to Nosferatu. The story follows Thomas Sutter, a young real estate agent sent to a mysterious castle deep in the Transylvanian mountains. His client? The enigmatic Count Dracula, who wishes to purchase a home in London. But Thomas has no idea his new client is no ordinary man. He is a creature of the night, a vampire, ancient and relentless, with his sights set on Thomas's wife Ellen. The Wild Robot. After a shipwreck, an advanced AI-powered robot named Roz washes up on the shores of a remote, uninhabited island. To survive, Roz must adapt to this strange, untamed world and earn the trust of its wild animal inhabitants. At first, the creatures are wary, hostile even, but Roz learns their ways, observing in silence, until finally, she speaks their language. One fateful day, she accidentally crushes a goose's nest, leaving only a single unhatched egg. A hungry fox lurks nearby, but Roz chooses to protect the fragile life inside. When the baby goose hatches, she becomes its guardian, its teacher. As Roz bonds with the animals, she begins to understand something deeper. This island is not just her new home, it's her purpose. But the world is bigger than she ever imagined, and survival, it's only the beginning. Mufasa the Lion King, a prequel to the 2019 animated film The Lion King. This is the untold story of Mufasa, a young orphaned cub destined to become the king of the Pride Lands and the father of Simba. Alone and lost, Mufasa's fate takes a turn when he meets a kind-hearted lion named Taka, a future ruler who will one day be known as Scar. Together, they embark on an adventure, joined by a group of unlikely outcasts, all searching for their place in the world. But their friendship will be tested in ways they never expected, by betrayal, by danger, and by a ruthless enemy from the shadows. Uglies. Based on the best-selling YA dystopian novel, in a distant future, society has solved the problem of discrimination by enforcing a mandatory beauty transformation. When every citizen turns 16, they must undergo a procedure that erases their imperfections, making them perfect in every way. Tally, a 15-year-old girl, eagerly awaits her turn to become the best version of herself. But as the day approaches, she begins to question everything. Is beauty really worth the price of individuality? The Watchers. Deep in the wilds of Western Ireland, a young artist embarks on a simple errand, delivering a parrot to a buyer. But when her car breaks down in an uncharted forest, her journey turns into a nightmare. Desperate for help, she stumbles upon a hidden bunker and is dragged inside by a woman who locks her in a room with 3 strangers. Their warning is chilling. They're watching. At nightfall, strange beings emerge from the darkness, unseen but ever present. The forest is their domain, and anyone who fails to reach shelter before nightfall vanishes. Now the group must unravel the mystery of who or what is watching them before it's too late. Vitam, a gripping French action thriller. Ex-Special Forces operative Frank finds himself targeted by a shadowy paramilitary group. After they kidnap his girlfriend, they want one thing: proof of a deadly conspiracy that Frank stumbled upon during a shootout at a luxury hotel. But there's a problem. Frank is now a wanted man. Framed for crimes he didn't commit, he has no backup, no resources, and no allies. Now, he has to fight, not just for the truth, but for his own survival. The Return, a bold yet grounded retelling of the final chapters of Homer's Odyssey. After 20 years of war and wandering, Odysseus is finally home, or so he thinks. The kingdom he once ruled is now in chaos. His wife, Penelope, is a prisoner in her own home, forced to choose a new husband from a crowd of ruthless suitors. To reclaim his throne and save his family, Odysseus must confront his past and fight one last battle for everything he holds dear. High Forces, a high-stakes Chinese action thriller. Former Special Forces soldier Gao Haojun is haunted by a tragic mistake, an accident that left his daughter blind and shattered his family. Now, he's just an aviation security consultant trying to move on, until his past catches up with him. On a routine flight, Gao unexpectedly reunites with his ex-wife and daughter, just as terrorists hijack the plane. Now, he has one mission: protect his family and take back control before it's too late. Panda Plan, a fun action comedy starring Jackie Chan as himself. When Jackie takes a break from his busy schedule to visit a high-tech island zoo, he's given an unusual task: become the guardian of a baby panda. But there's a twist. A notorious crime syndicate arrives, aiming to steal the panda for a wealthy collector. Now, with the help of his clumsy manager and a determined zookeeper, Jackie must take on a gang of international criminals, all while protecting the most adorable VIP of his career. Well, that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me as we explore the incredible world of cinema. See you next time.